Oh, you know what? That's what I'm gonna ask. Okay, bet. Rewind. Okay. Okay. So my question is, how do you navigate self-discovery in a marriage? Like, how do you navigate as you embrace womanhood while you being married? Because that's another whole hat, you know?
Yeah. I feel like for me, I feel like a lot of it is not forgetting how I grew up, like because that is
Mm,
a part of my womanhood, like the stuff that my mama taught me.
yeah.
Um, and just growing up around the women in my family who were
Mhm.
very still are very independent women. Um,
Excuse
I
me.
feel like I bring that into the marriage. First off, for the sake of my kids. We have
Okay.
girls.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to carry a sense of that. Like you don't totally like. Yes, we're in our soft girl era, but that does
Right.
not mean that I don't have what I've been taught in me. Like
Right,
because
right,
that's what we talked about it being hard to let go of because I mean, that's just a part of you. It's who you are. So
right.
bringing that into the marriage, I feel like also helps your husband as well. Like
Mhm.
it
That's what they
gives
love
them
about us
that
the most. They
exactly.
love the hard part. They
but
just want us to
but
be
the
soft.
exactly, but that self discovery is just watching yourself grow as a wife. Because
Mhm.
like me and TJ, we were pretty older when we got married. How old was I? 29 when we got married. So I feel like, but we were together for like 10 years. So it may not
Yeah.
have been the marriage, it may have been the journey to marriage.
Mhm.
Um, that
Because
really
y'all was still
helped
together in your 20s
with
as
self
you're
discovery.
growing in your you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So that I feel like that journey to marriage kind of helped with that self discovery, and it kind of helped me understand like who my mama raised is who I am. Like
Mhm.
that tough girl in me because it also it gives the boundaries for when we were in our relationship. Like you don't get to do me like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
mama
Set
taught me
the
better than that.
tone. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you have those boundaries. This is how you teach a man how to treat you by how my mama raised me. That's
Right.
how TJ learned, oh, this I can't do this with her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like she ain't gonna put up with that. Or that just that self-discovery,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But the journey to marriage, I feel like taught me a lot. And it prepared for our marriage, but it taught me to stick to who I am. Like I don't have to
Mhm.
like it's a choice for me to change. I don't have to change who I am in order to get married to you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can like granted, yes, there are habits when you get into marriage, there are some things you want to change for the better of your marriage, but changing yourself completely is a no for me. Like,
Yeah.
and that goes for myself
Definitely.
when I look at TJ too. There's only so much that you should have to change for me in order for us to coexist together. Like, you shouldn't
Right.
have to change unless you out here just doing dirty ass shit. Like,
Right.
you know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that self discovery and knowing who you are in your marriage, and not having to change completely who you are just for your marriage is important to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I for me, I feel like I be changing every 2 years anyway. I
I
feel like I'm
mean,
discovering self
and
every other year.
with growth, that's self discovery because in every season of your life, you discover something different about yourself
Right.
and about your marriage.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right. Right.
so that in itself, so as you grow in your marriage, you also grow personally. You
Mhm.
understand, oh, I didn't know that I would be able to handle this in my marriage, but here I am handling it, dealing with it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
find out, let's go back to last year for me. I didn't know that I would be able to handle something. Number one, not expecting a stillbirth, but being able to mentally handle that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about myself, but that's
Yeah.
something that I learned in that new season of my life. And that's
Right.
something that
Right.
TJ and I learned in a new season of our marriage as well. Like
Yeah.
how close and knit we can be together because that's not something we've experienced together. It's always been pregnancies have always been joyful for us. It's never
Mm,
ended
yeah.
in sadness or mourning, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with our family, our family had never experienced something, a stillbirth like that either, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just the seasons of life come
Mhm.
with self-identity in
Yeah.
your marriage, in personal growth, all of
Yeah.
that. So it
Yeah.
comes with the season.
Yeah. No facts. No facts. I totally agree. Um, I think you said something about as far as like making sure you not really along the lines of making sure you don't lose yourself, but making sure like you don't change who you are at the
Mhm.
core of you, for
Mhm.
the sake of, your marriage or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I think with it's always been pretty simple, pretty easygoing with
Mhm.
I'm gonna speak for myself as far as like self discovering in the
Yeah.
marriage. You know what I'm saying? Until it wasn't. I feel like when our situation occurred, as far as like me not getting along with my in-law and stuff like that, and that becoming an issue, I think for me, it helped me to see like, oh, you're not, this
Mhm.
is where I draw the line. This is where
Mhm.
like I'm willing to change and adjust for the sake of us. But if I move this, if I bend on this any further, I'm not going to be who you married. I'm not.
Right.
I'm going to be doing this to
Exactly.
appease you guys in a sense or whatever.
Mhm.
So I think that situation really started my journey. What I had to go through and try to navigate and figure things out, that started my journey of personal growth, like outside of
Mhm.
the marriage, and learning how to navigate my faith. And once I started like leaning more on my faith than I was on my husband, it helped me to evolve. It helped me to tap into the woman that I am and to learn how to embrace her. And ever since then, it's just been